Hi, this is Dorothy with Scrapbooking, and I am going to duplicate this page from page 14 in our new Close to My Heart July through September seasonal catalog. So once again, this is the beginning of Backyard Bliss. So this is the first page kind of introducing you to the paper. So I really like this layout, and so I decided I'm just going to have a go at it. The only, challenge I see are these strips, these parallelograms, and getting an angle on it. So I'm just going to see what I can do here. So the first thing is I pulled out some papaya shimmer trim. Look at how pretty this is. It's such a beautiful color. Anyway, shiny. Okay, so the basic page is white daisy. So we've got a 12 by 12 white daisy. And then this paper, which is the chicken wire, which is the opposite side of the nice wooden plank. It is giving about, I don't know, quarter inch around. So I'm giving it a 1/4 inch. So I cut a 1/2 inch off on one side and another side. And so that gives me, this. So let me just go ahead and as I figure out the pieces, I'm going to put them on so we have fewer pieces hanging out, causing confusion. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it down. So there's like, okay, if I was smart, this is what I would do. Pull all these pieces, and I've got this. I'm going to use some more of these in my sticker sheet, and I'm going to put this down in the tacky corners of my layout mat. And I'm going to come down so that it's like a 1/4 inch all around. Well, just try to line them up. There we go. Okay, so the next thing is this little zip strip. So that is in here someplace. So I've got strips of the papers that I'm going to use for those parallelograms. And I'm also going to use three by 4. So these are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I've got 3 of those cut. Someplace is my 1/4 inch strip. Okay, somehow my 1/4 inch strip got removed from its group. Okay, so here I'm going to put my 1/4 inch strip down, and it is going to get lined up with the edge of the chicken wire paper. So I'm going to cut off this 1/2 inch. There we go. Okay, now they have just a little, like they're going to take this and cut it in half. I wonder if I just put that down there like that. So maybe I'll just go ahead and cut it down. And the best way I have of doing that is taking a piece apart. So this is going to be like 11 inches, so that's going to go to here. I'm just going to give it a little bit more and cut it off here. And always leave a little tail, little clear tail on your shimmer trim so you're not fighting with it to separate it. So I'm going to line up my shimmer trim right along the 1/4 inch mark. And so you can have either a super thin strip like that, which I think was the intended, or it can be a little bit of a thicker piece like this, which I really like. But I think I'll use the super thin piece and just kind of go put it right on the edge of the zip strip, just like that. Well, lost control. Okay, and then we're just going to trim that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm just kind of avoiding the harder part. So what I'm going to do is take one of my strips but the only thing I don't like is that I wish I had cut this paper differently from the others. But you know, I can do that. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this at like 1 1/4. So and we'll just work with one piece, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this strip and I'm going to put one edge right in the groove and the other at 1/4 inch. I don't know if I can come down any on this. Pardon the glare. So I'm going to go right in the groove and then at 1/4 inch. So like this. And I want to make sure that the edge is right there on the rail, and I'm going to cut it this way. So now I've got a bit of an angle going. Okay, I am going to zoom through this and I'll show you this one piece because I kind of messed up my camera. And so I'm cutting at the 1 1/4, and then I am taking my piece and going from the groove to the 1/4 inch, and then I take that slanted cut and I put it at the 2 1/2 inch mark and use that as my straight and cut the rest of the angles. So it really isn't too hard to do. You just have to kind of pay attention to which way your paper is going. And so I've gone ahead and cut a whole bunch of pieces. I cut the cute little floral and vegetable and the grass and the ivy and the wood, and I am just setting them down with just a little bit, maybe like 1/8 inch of space in between each of the cuts. So I'm just kind of putting a small piece of the grass, making sure my grass is heading in the upward direction. And then you just have to pay attention to which way your angles are going. So you can't just use any one, so you may want to cut your angles, pay more attention to the angle of your cut and which side of the paper you want up. So I just did whatever I could and used whichever one worked. That's how I roll. So there we go. That one works nice. And the nice thing about, of course, the cardstock is you can flip it either way, and you've got dark and light. Now, if you wanted to, you could put a little bit of stamping in tone on that to add a little bit. But there's quite a bit of busyness going on here. So, lots and lots of patterns going on. There. It's interesting. It was an interesting thing to do. You do have to pay attention. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put all of these pieces on, and I'm kind of lining them up with the chicken wire, kind of using that as my go-by. And then I clip the edges to be flush with the chicken wire paper. So not hard to do at all. And you end up with this nice background with a lot of interest going. You've got the flowers and the vegetables and the wood and the grass and the ivy. So it's ends up being a pretty interesting looking part of the layout. So I really like that paper. I think that's really, really cute. And I don't mind that the flowers are going sideways. You know what? It happens. My flowers go sideways out in the garden anyway. So getting these lined up. It might be easier to do some pencil marks along the chicken wire paper to get your paper, your pieces lined up better. That may have been a better idea for me to do. But, that's after it's all said and done, and, things that you see while you're doing the video, while I'm editing the video, are easy to see rather than when I'm actually doing the work. I just realized there's a upside down grass after all of that. What can you say? It could just be flipped over. Oh well. The wood works good either way. That's fine. And this is a little tedious, but not too bad. So this is what I'm saying. You want to cut your papers flush with your gray. So now had I left it off, I have to trim that a little bit to get it a little bit better. It would have been easier if it wasn't stuck onto the white daisy. So all of this is stuff that you can, if you want to do this page, you can kind of see how to do it, and you can see the easier way of doing it than what I'm doing. So I would hold off on putting the chicken wire down until I've got all my parallelograms down and trimmed off. So there's one wood thing that needs to be trimmed a little bit. So now I'm going to take my 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 pieces and put them down. And so they'll be, I'll go ahead and put a 3 by 4 placeholder, picture photo placeholder on top, and just to remind me. And that will be, if you wanted to add more, you could always add flip-flaps onto these, not a problem. Or you could use the half-size page pieces that add, more pictures to your layout. So I kind of ran out of Tumbo. There we go. Now we can see a little bit better of what's going on. And I'm not going to put these straight across. I'm putting it at a bit of an angle. And the one is going to be in between without too much. I don't want too much overlap, so I'm going to move the papaya pieces a little bit further, closer to the edge. So, and I'm using the leaves. I've kind of used up all the leaves on or most of the leaves on my sticker sheet, so I'm going to use the die cuts. Because, they're just perfect. I really like the way they look. And I'm running low on my my, well, I've got a couple of leaves there. That's good. But I'm running low on my sticker sheet. But that's okay. I mean, because there's still plenty of little things here and there. And at this stage of the game, there's really not a whole lot you have to put on here. So I'm putting some little flowers and adding a little wood flower to it. And I should have stopped right there. That was perfect right there. And this is where I get into trouble, where too much becomes too many things are put down, and I get into my too much is not enough, and then I overdo it. But that little layout is just, with all the stuff going on, that would have been fine right there. But no, I can't leave it like that, right? And so I'm taking this, now this is what I'm using as my title, and I'm measuring it to see what size. And I went through all sorts of stuff. I put papaya behind it, I trimmed it out in the shimmer trim, and it was just like completely overboard. So I took it off of the wood and I trimmed down the wood background, and that is all that is needed. See, it's like I can't help myself. So now I'm just going to pop it up, and it really only needed the wood ever. I don't know, you get into a groove. I don't know if you all do that or not, but it's like, man, I want to use this and I want to use that. I do like this little watering can, though, with the flowers coming out of it. So I'm just going to put some foam tape and pop it up. And see, this is where I get in trouble. Okay, now the little vegetable would have been cute on its own. So put the vegetable over there, let the flowers be by themselves, and put the vegetables there, and put your little leaves down. But no. See, and that's too much. I like the chicken. I don't have any chickens, but the chicken is cute. And I do like the little tools. So we got simple pleasures. Of course, this page is anything but simple. And there's a cute little bird and that cute little banner that's going there because, I'm just going nuts. So I add my little spade or whatever that's called and stick it in there. My goodness, Dorothy, completely out of control. Totally and completely out of control. But I'm popping up the bird because I like that little bird. Hey, hey, hey. And then I'm making a couple of little short pieces for jotting down some journaling. And that's going under the simple pleasures. So like I said, too much is not enough. Do you see I have a problem? I have a problem. I have an embellishment problem. Oh gosh. Okay, don't do this. Don't do what I'm doing. Just stop when it's a little bit. Instead of just like, oh, I've got that. Let me use that. Oh, I've got that. Let me use that. Oh, another green leaf. I have to use up all the green leaves. Okay, so here we go. If you think I'm crazy, give me a thumbs up. If you think I need help, give me a thumbs up. And I'm adding a little bit more wood flowers on there. And if you haven't subscribed to me yet, please subscribe. Maybe this will give you a laugh. If anything, it'll tell you, yeah, don't do that. Don't put so much on there. She's right. And less is more. Learn that. If nothing else, learn less is more. Holy moly. The chicken's going to eat the strawberry because strawberries are really good right now. So there we go. Please make her stop. Somebody make her stop. Feed the birds. Add a flower. Is she done yet? I don't know. I really like that little birdhouse. Oh my goodness. And there, of course, a sunflower. It's really overdone. And half of that, maybe not half, maybe a fourth of that could come off. But there's my page. And my flowers and my butterflies will go on there, and that's fine. And so I hope you enjoyed this. I did. Take care. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Bye. Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.